Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Paper Mario No Subtitles. It's the first one. Uh, we are your here on the HitmonChannel. We are your tour guides, Jacob
And Noah.
and today we are going to be finishing up the Crystal Fortress and Fortress. I'll remember what the second word at some point, and collecting the last of the 7 star spirits. Who comes to my palace? Yeah, sure, this is the voice. Mario, you finally arrived. I know you believe you can save the Star Spirit, but I'm afraid I won't let you. First I shall defeat you, then I shall present Bowser with a nice Mario gift.
I like the voice. Also, so, while I was in the bathroom, it totally dawned on me, the fuck is the plot of this chapter after the murder mystery? I think I, completely zoned out for any...
After the murder mystery, it's basically just go to the Crystal Palace, get the Star Spirit.
Oh, okay. That would explain it. This is a fucking Crystal King. The fucking Crystal King, sorry. He's one of Bowser's main guys. Gee, I'm sure, given that he's one of Bowser's main guys, we're gonna see him in a lot more games. I don't know how he managed to take over this palace, but max HP 70, attack power 6, defense power 2. He'll attack you by summoning and launching crystal bits. The power of each attack is 4. The number of times he attacks equals the number of crystal bits he's deployed. He'll also try to freeze you whenever he can. When his HP gets low, he may try to divide and conquer. The power of this attack is 8. You can hurt him only by attacking his real body. If you don't know which one's the main body, you should attack all of them. Pretty brilliant, eh?
So what it means there is that he'll make clones of himself, but only one of them is really him.
Yeah, I got that.
Damn it. I'm really not great at multi-bounce. Because of the many enemies on field lackluster and its ability to strike many wrong attack side. In order to hit all enemies regardless of whether or not they're on the ground is very useful.
Oh, okay, so he does appear in one other piece of Mario media. That is, of course, the Japanese manga Super Mario Kun.
Oh yeah, he always forgets it's a manga. And I guess I'm just not going to bother titling the little things he sends out. Although now I said a lot of reason to just tattle them anyway.
I mean, to my understanding, the manga wasn't released in America, so it's easier for us to forget about it. Oh yeah, it's the one where we get to see Mario's dick!
Right.
Yeah. Okay, did you... Oh, okay. Fuck, I'm trying to remember the... I gotta look this up. One sec.
Screw it, it's going to bother me if I don't.
Yeah, have you heard of,
No, I have not.
So it was for the remember the like Super Famicom Satellaview thing where like the games were like broadcast. Like there were two Zelda games on it.
Real quick.
Like you didn't play as Link. You played as like two other random kids, but it was in Hyrule or whatever. Or something like that. I don't know. Where like you had to like play the games at a certain time because they were like broadcast at a certain time. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I'll delve more into it after this. This is a fucking crystal bit. Basically, crystal bits are just pieces of the Crystal King. You can drop them with ease. The max HP is 1, and they're only dangerous when the Crystal King spews them out. Their defense power is 0. These guys are pretty weak. They'll keep coming though until you've finally beaten the Crystal King. Also, try not to get trapped in a snowball.
It's a cloud. One of Lackluster's abilities was to summon a cloud that will make you be able to just dodge some attacks.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so, So essentially, on the Satellaview, there's this like Japanese celebrity named Lily Frankie, who is given permission to like make some games for the Satellaview that he called Lily Frankie Theater, which was basically like a virtual magazine. With like little different stories, most of them played out with like Mario plush.
Huh?
At least the ones pertaining to Mario. And they are. It is definitely the most offensive Mario game. Not anything like controversial. Well, I mean controversial for Mario, but like nothing like racist or anything. But like it was like in one, like there were a bunch of different stories. One of which was like Mario and Toad escaping from prison and ending up in Brazil. One of them. I just got a notification that my internet connection is unstable.
Ooh. Okay. Forgot to start
Yeah,
doing the dash command.
That would explain the connection issues, for sure. But anyways, one of the Lily Frankie Theater Mario shorts involved Peach and Toad having an affair and Mario killing the two of them. Like, straight up murdering them. And this is officially released by Nintendo on the Satellaview. It is, of course, most of them are, like, completely lost, except, like, one person, like, posted at whatever he could salvage from recording them back when they were broadcast. He's uploaded them to YouTube. I watched a video where a guy talks about it, Thomas Game Docs. And yeah, it's insane.
Right, I forgot that he can just heal himself for 20 HP. That's mildly annoying.
Oh man, if only someone told you about that. Might have sounded like a jab at you, but it was actually a jab at me because I didn't tell you that. At least I don't remember telling you that. I didn't tell you that, did I?
I don't think so.
Okay, good. guess I was kind of a lose-lose situation, because either way you answered that, it would have made me look like an asshole. I told you, you would have looked like an asshole too, but I look like an asshole either way. Anyway. Yeah, this like whole like second part of this chapter just kind of feels, I don't know. It feels just kind of thrown in there.
Yeah, that might be part of the reason why I barely remember this chapter before we got here. Just like it feels like disconnected might not be the right word. I guess disconnected is disconnected.
Yeah, like it has nothing to do with the murder mystery. That wasn't actually like a murder. But like, yeah, like you had that, and that was like funny and cleverly written. Had some good like jokes and references to murder mystery tropes and everything. But then it just kind of wrapped itself up quickly, and then you just go to this.
Yeah.
And it's like, and Kumbaru's like, this is one of Bowser's main guys, but like there was no lead up to him. Like he just kind of shows up in the fight and he has the Star Spirit. Like, I don't know.
And
I mean, at least they didn't send you on like a wild goose chase through all the previous areas you went to. That would just be tedious. Oh my god. You see, I was making that joke about 1,000-Year Door, but I just realized fucking Ultra Sun and Moon does the same thing for one of the island trials. Oh, God, I forgot about that. Because I hated that part. And all the things you gather looked like butt plugs. You know what I'm talking about, right?
I honestly don't. I don't remember most things from Sun and Moon. I'm going to be honest.
No, it wasn't Sun and Moon. It was only Ultra Sun and Moon because it was like that.
Then I definitely wouldn't know that they didn't play Ultra Sun or Ultra Moon.
Oh, you didn't? Okay. Well, it was that. Remember in Sun and Moon that like one weird like painter girl who like said she would have an island trial someday?
Yeah.
So Ultra Sun and Moon is that someday. And her island trial literally consists of, like, going to all the previous areas where there were trials and gathering, like, what are, you know, allegedly petals in, like, a glass flower, but they all look like bubbles.
Damn it! Urgh.
And then you, like, fight a Totem Mimikyu. Or no, not Totem Mimikyu, because Totem Mimikyu is in the Ghost Trial. Totem Rabambi, I think? I know it's a fairy trial, but I forget what fairy... I think it's Rabambi that you found at the end. But, yeah. Oh, wow, you're low. I kind of wasn't paying much attention to, like, the progress of the fight.
Yeah, because he keeps freezing me and I keep messing up the timing on the attack.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's,
And then unfreezing takes a turn. Okay, I did have another one. Yeah, okay. Going into it, I remembered like this boss being notable basically just for being a kind of a pain in the ass, but I couldn't remember why. I remember why.
Oh, also, I forget. Did we already talk about Falcon and the Winter Soldier being delayed?
I don't believe so.
Okay, well that got delayed.
Not shocked.
Yeah, because they were filming during, well, before COVID, so, and it was supposed to come out next month, so, yeah, it's going to be delayed a bit. Yeah, boy, I mean, the MCU is like the whole Phase 4 is going to be so thrown off with all these delays, because they have to, like, obviously, like, they obviously have to delay even more than, like, they were initially planning to. And, like, I'm interested to see how that affects the next Spider-Man movie, too, because, of course, that's Sony deciding the release date for that, and they're, for, like, that's still firm release for, I believe, end of... Oh, fuck, when did they schedule that? I believe that is for, still scheduled for, like... I think they moved it to Christmas of next year? Like December of next year?
Fuck, I forgot his voice. Oh no, the last Star Spirit. King Bowser, forgive me. Okay, well. Like, perhaps the one advantage the delays will give the MCU is that at the very least, like, the break from the movies by making them feel a bit fresher when we get back to it.
Yeah. I mean, because I feel like... Because it just feels like... I don't know, it feels weird because, like... I mean, obviously we just had, like, Endgame, which is, like, the biggest superhero event ever. And it, like, just feels like... You know, none of the upcoming films could quite reach that kind of high.
Uh-huh.
Like, I don't know. Unless Spider-Man 3 is just fucking bonkers. Which I'm super down for a bonkers Spider-Man 3. But not bonkers in the way of the already Spider-Man 3. Like, we don't need a repeat of that one.
Anyways, Mario has saved the last Star Spirit, Kalmar, from the Crystal Palace at the edge of the world. Now, with the 7 Star Spirits together, he has the power to challenge Bowser and the Star Rod. At last, it is time for Mario's showdown of the evil King Bowser. Can Mario rescue Princess Peach and recover the Star Rod? Or will wishes go forever ungranted?
Speaking of bonkers Spider-Man related films, I'm so fucking excited about Venom Let There Be Carnage. Like I'm actually really excited for that. You haven't seen Venom yet, right?
I have not.
Okay.
Oh, Mario, I wonder what he's doing now. I wish I knew if I was helping him at all.
Of course you are. Mario will be fine. You should be proud of your
Mario knows all you've done. And don't you worry, Princess. You'll be able to talk to him in You'll be able to talk to him in person before long.
I hope you're right, Twink. Thanks for cheering me up. Let's go back to the room, shall we?
Oh, Princess Peach, your cuddly old Bowser's here. Can't we have a friendly conversation for a change? Come on, let me see a smile.
I have nothing to say to you.
Oh, don't be such a pill. Get it, Bill?
Eventually I got it, yeah.
You're stuck with me for a long, long time, beautiful. You better get used to it.
Mario is coming, Bowser, and you can't stop him.
Oh, you poor, silly girl. He's currently getting the shit kicked out of him by one of my main guys. Stress enough how main of a guy this guy is. I'm invincible with this star rod. Wink. Didn't you know? Mario's no match for me. I mean, have you read Super Mario Kun? His star rod is puny. He's history. Get over it. Raunchiness. I mean, wow, that's especially true in this playthrough. We have an emergency. It better be important. I'm right in the middle of a friendly chat with a princess. Captain tells me it's not that friend. Mario is now saved up. Of the Star Spirits. There is a chance he could have come here using their power. We must take ourselves. We must make ourselves ready in case he shows up. What? God, Mario! Okay, listen, Kamikuba. Send everyone to their posts. We'll ambush him the second he enters my castle. Princess Peach, why don't you come with me to watch? You can have a front row seat to see Mario get crushed. You tie her up immediately. If she gets out this time, heads will roll.
Heads will roll! Oh, please!
You big Koopa. Show some respect to the princess.
What is this whiny little glittering thing? Confetti?
6 games from now, maybe. It's 5 games from now, not counting this one.
Buzz off.
Keys are going out of stock.
Okay, now for a second there, I was really sitting there. I kind of wish that we had that only one of. For a second there, I really wish that you hadn't been doing both Bowser and Peach's voice, so you could just be doing the twing. Well, while also reading through the Bowser dialogue.
Tell you what, I'll get Alex, because he voices Bowser in the dubs. I'll find higher quality footage of this particular scene and do that with Alex reading Bowser's lines.
Awesome. Great.
Take the princess now. Let's move.
My name is Galmar, Mario. You're well done. Thank you for coming. You have successfully rescued all of us star spirits. We are in your debt. Now all that is left is for you to challenge Bowser. My power should help you. To bring back the Star Rod, to beat Bowser, to bring peace back to the Mushroom Kingdom, and to save Princess Peach. Because those are apparently mutually exclusive things. Not mutually exclusive, essentially exclusive things. I suppose you could have peace without Peach and whatnot, but Peach always seems to be necessary. For Mario's power energy goes up to 7. Mario can now use Up and Away and use Star Spirit power. With Up and Away, you can turn all enemies into stars. Mario, you must make your way back to Shooting Star Summit. From Shooting Star Summit, you will prepare the route to Star Haven. The name of the route is Starway. Once you travel the Starway, you'll finally reach Star Haven. My only wish is for you to save this precious world. You can do it, Mario. Goodbye. For now. Up and away. Ow, hit the ceiling.
Off to do a lot of very successful silent films. Because his mustache looks like Charlie Chaplin.
Oh god, that just reminded me. Okay, so there's a show on YouTube called Slightly Civil War where two guys basically just debate topics, but they've been randomly chosen to debate which side of the debate they'll be on.
Oh yeah.
And the debate episode, and the debates have post shows in the form of a podcast that, yeah, show. Ah, I see. Cool. So we can just take them on the way out.
Oh man, that reminds me of a series that a YouTuber I can't watch anymore did a while back, where he had two guests and they basically had to. They each guest was randomly given a Pokemon, and they had to debate which Pokemon was better. It did yield some very funny results because, like, Shady, by pure luck of the Pokemon he was given, just kind of swept for the first couple episodes. Because there's one episode, I think it was like episode 1 or 2, where he was given a Raikou and his opponent was given something that could not stack up to a Raikou in any regard.
Yeah. So, and then they have a post show, which is a podcast, where they just talk about the like whatever topic they were debating, but like they could say their actual opinions and whatnot, and just have an actual conversation about it. So the most recent episode, the debate was who would one of the silly ones, who would win in a fight between Link and the Doomslayer from Doom. It sounded like you had a reaction to that. No, I couldn't quite hear it.
I just said, oh yeah.
It didn't come to anything conclusive on that, but in the podcast afterwards, because they were trying to come up with something to talk about, they ended up coming up with the idea for for like League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, but it's all video games tiny protagonists. So it's this super team of like video game characters, but none of them say anything.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, that'd be great. That's like, I came up with an idea to do like a generic video game parody a while back. I never did anything with it, but I came up with a great title. Legend of the Silent Protagonist and the Quest for 7 multicolored variations of the same object. So, yeah. I might do something with that someday. Just because I like the titles. And I like the idea of like it starting off with the hero actually being able to talk, but then they just like surgically remove his vocal cords. Oh god. Speaking of weird like fan made series and The Legend of Zelda, Salty DK Dan did one of his Have You Heard About videos recently, where he looked at an old like new weird like Newgrounds animated Legend of Zelda fan series called Legend of Zelda Unknown Origins. That it certainly like it's not entirely bad. There's certainly some merit to it. Like some of the animation's actually pretty good, and it was all done by like one guy. And then like additional people providing voices for characters and whatnot. But there is some stuff in it that's just flat out ridiculous. And then there's like this, supporting character in the series who's not from the Zelda games, but they just have this running joke in the video of like him being their favorite character. Like him being their favorite Zelda character, not just in the series, but just in Zelda in general. Yeah. It's interesting to look at, like, some of those bits. Oh, he also did one where he looked at a bunch of, fan-made... where he looked at a bunch of, like, fan films. And one of them was Harley Quinn going on a blind date with Pee Wee Herman. Like, I don't know
Alright
why,
then.
but it's... Anyway.
Oh.
Mario, I took a nap, and when I woke up, there were all these items. And, well, it was the weirdest thing. The floor was all wet, as if snow had melted everywhere.
Wait.
You think someone left these as a present for you, Mario? But who would do that?
Hold on. Was that whole chapter a dream?
No.
Oh, okay. The way they worded what the fuck was that conversation then?
I think the implication was that I think the implication was supposed to be that the snowman or something brought in a bunch of things for you.
Oh, that makes more sense. That makes a lot more sense. I was starting to think the whole thing was a dream, and I was like, what the fuck? Really? But yeah, no, that doesn't actually make sense.
Yeah, but now we can go off to Star Haven to begin as the first step of the final step of beating Bowser. But first, I'm gonna go do a thing that I've been neglecting to do this entire playthrough that I just kind of want to show off. Also that, but first, another thing.
What was that? Sorry, I was looking at my phone.
I'll get to that in a bit, but first this. So, if you remember from way back early on, we can go back to Myers' house and then just say hi to Luigi. Princess Peach is still caught way up there in the sky. Come on, Mario. You're a hero, bro. You have to save her. I can't do a good Luigi, but as we've established, but there is something else here. As you can see, there's this little miscolored section of floor, and if we do a switch on it, we see there's a special basement underneath the Mario and Luigi's bedroom, where Luigi's diary exists. Throughout the game, like, you can come back here and Luigi will have more and more pages from his diary, like, entered in, relating to, like, various things. Now, I don't think, I will not be reading them all out here, I don't think. Read out the first one, but since it'll take probably a good while, and there's another thing I want to do in this episode before we go up to Star Haven. We'll just be reading the one. But there's a number of, like, there's some references to various things. Like, there's some references to Mario Party and Mario Kart in these entries, and there's a line in one of them that people have interpreted as foreshadowing to Luigi's Mansion.
Oh, cool.
Anyway. Once again, my brother went on an exciting journey. Once again, he went alone. It's so unfair. I remember the carefree days when he played golf and tennis and had parties. There it is. Immediately. I modeled the house. I made a secret basement. My brother has no idea. It's the perfect place to write in my secret diary. So yeah.
Neat.
It's a nice little thing.
Yeah.
It helps that has a nice through line for the beginning of a trend in half of the Paper Mario games now, where while Mario's having his own adventure, Luigi's just doing something off to the side while it's all unfolding. Here, was that Chuck Gizmo? Nope, I missed off. Here is his diary, and Thousand Year Door. He has his own. There's Chuck Gizmo. He has his own separate adventure going on off to the side. Cowee! This is everyone's favorite quizmaster, Chuck Gizmo. Want to try the quiz?
Yeah, that was
Let's
actually
get the question.
And I was thinking when we the last
How many
episode
winners does
when
the
we
Dubai House in Groove Village have? Oh god.
the idea of John Mulaney playing Luigi got me thinking because you know there is the animated Mario movie in the works over at Illumination, which you know we at this point we don't know much about it and what game or games it will adapt. But now now that I think about it, I'd actually be really interested, like, if they were to do sequels to it, specifically do a sequel that's a film adaptation of Luigi's Mansion.
Oh god, Noah, don't put these ideas in my head.
That would be really cool.
It would be. God damn it, now I really want that. Oh god.
I really have to see that.
Yeah, and then in Origami King, the thing Luigi's doing off to the side is he's going around trying to find the key to Princess Peach's castle, but always finding not the key to Princess Peach's castle. Wise fighter knows that sometimes the best tactic is to not fight at all. There is no cowardice in choosing to run away from a superior foe. Of course, you will find some enemies that are impossible to escape once the battle face them with bravery. Okay, not you. Okay.
For Paper Mario, his thing is being evil.
Yep. And Singer Star and Color Splash, his thing is being a thing that's in the background as a collectible.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just like in Color Splash and Sticker Star, he's just like hiding off in the background in certain areas, and if you find all the places where he's hiding, you find all the places where he's hiding.
Oh, that's so fucking sad.
It is.
They basically relegated him to the cat's role in Sonic Adventure 2.
Honestly, yeah.
God, that's such an insult. Wow. Wow.
Anyway, this is a Toad, so.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you must be Mario. Welcome to my dojo. I am the master. I am the head of this dojo. Please pardon me. My health is rather delicate. Every day we train in this dojo to improve body and mind.
I can't tell whether or not that was intentional, but if it was accidental, it was perfect.
It was me yawning.
Well, it worked really well.
It's not intentional.
If you say, if you have the purpose and the challenges, tell me, what business have you here today? Very well. What?
Then Chan will fight you.
Oh. They're actually using the word then as the word then. I thought his full name
Was then Chan.
Then Chan would fight you. Now, Chan, it is time for you to fight Mario.
As you say, Master. Alright, now here we have the last Joshua boss fight. Mario, here comes Chan the man. The various fights in the dojo.
This is Chan of the dojo. He's training under the master and is happy to fight us. And he already has more lines than Jackie Chan in Kung Fu Panda. Max HP 15, attack power 2, defense power 2. Hammer attacks, I almost read that as humor attacks. Don't work well.
Humor attacks, however, would work brilliantly considering his stint with Jackie Chan.
But you can turn him over with jump attacks. Once he's flipped over, he's easy. No mercy, Mario. Oh yeah, there's a character called Lee too, right?
Yep. You fight him next.
Yes.
Ow, how dishonorable.
And if it's anything like a recent film, people viewing it will get upset that he's beaten so easily.
Okay, we'll stop in there.
And his general personality, people will be like, no, he wasn't like that. You don't know what you're talking about, even though you clearly have a great passion for film.
I have no idea what you're talking about, I'm gonna be honest.
Wait. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Ah.
Yeah, did you hear anything about the Bruce Lee controversy in that.
For like 30 seconds, and then I stopped caring because I didn't end up seeing the movie.
Yeah, no, basically people just got upset about the way Bruce Lee was portrayed in the movie, about how Brad Pitt kicked his ass so easily, and how he kind of acted like a dick.
Alright then.
But I'm sure Tarantino didn't mean anything by it. Considering, like, I'm pretty sure, like, I mean, Bruce Lee's work has clearly heavily influenced some of Tarantino's work, so I don't think he holds any sort of negative feelings towards Bruce Lee.
Enough! The winner is Mario! Shine, you must train harder. And if you train harder, maybe you'll get a second chance. Very well, I'll give you this, Mario.
You got the first degree card. Group Mario strength to work each other.
You're welcome to train here with us anytime.
Like right now?
Mario, welcome to our dojo. For what purpose did you come here today? Very well. This time, Lee will fight you. And this guy's first name is Lee, and his last name is this time, as indicated by the cow. Doing that whole last name. Except now, he's actually in the seconds between me telling you that and this line. He is now married a man named, Apocalypse Now. Oh, because that was the first name I could come up with. That ends with now. And has taken up that man's last name. So now, Lee. Let me see how you handle Mario. These jokes are dumb.
Certainly, Master. I'll defeat him, Master. That's not the voice, but whatever. I bet you've never seen a move like this before. Actually, believe it or not... Not meant to tell. We've seen it like 12 times!
It's Lee disguised as me! The fuck? His max HP is 20! Do I really look like that? Oh, come on. Ruin the fucking rhyme scheme, writers. No way. He'll use... I'm not even gonna try anymore. Head bonk and tattle. He has the same skills as me. I now really want to see him use tattle.
I do too. I want to have him just sitting there reading the description of Mario.
Of course, I'm much better looking and more debonair. And I hope I'm stronger. Oh god. Yeah, like, what the fuck will happen? Oh, no, don't. Okay. I don't want to see you kill. I want to see him use tattle. Like how. Oh my god, yes! It's fucking Mario, silly. He's here to save Princess Peach, who was kidnapped by Bowser, remember? He fights until the better end, no matter what enemies attack. Oh man. Oh, that's great. That was a very nice touch.
Alright, and that was Lee.
Enough! Mario is the winner. Lee, you've got much training to do. Very well. I give you this, Mario.
Got the second degree card.
welcome to trade with us anytime.
Live right now?
Mario, welcome to our dojo. For what purpose did you come here today? Very well. It's time you fought the master. The master!
Pardon. Double check. I believe there's more than one fight against him, but I just need to double check how many there are, so I'm gonna listen basically well.
Okay, so it is a man. Okay, I'm gonna be real. I didn't see that beard as a beard. I just thought it was like part of the clothes, and I thought it was a woman at first. This is the fucking master. He owns the dojo. That's a guy? Oh, okay. He's the strongest member. Max HP 50, attack power 6, defense power 0. If he's the best in the dojo, he must be pretty tough. Also,
Hopefully it was 3 different forms, alright.
is this the only instance in any Paper Mario game where you fight a toad?
I believe so, actually.
Huh. Neat.
Actually, both.
Did he just whack you with his cane?
One sec. No, I think it's more of a palm strike, technically.
Oh, okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, Goombario being useful for the first time in a while.
That's your time. What do you mean he's not useful? You literally use him every episode. Excellent move. Oh wait, does that say hop or
Hmm.
Okay. That makes more sense.
He's just repeating his dialogue again.
Excellent move.
Alright. I've defeated the master, phase 1. Not phase 1, form 1.
Wait, what? Phase 1?
Not phase 1, much form 1. Because he has 3 different forms you can fight, and you'll be fighting them.
Oh, okay. I see why you're so famous, Mario. Well, truly a masterful fighter. Your fame couldn't have anything to do with the fact that you literally saved the video game industry. No, it couldn't be. Very well, the adversary, I'll give you this.
Victory card.
You are welcome to trade here with us anytime.
I will, but first I'm gonna go heal.
Wait, so there's 2 more forms you fight for him?
Yep,
So that means you're gonna get 4th degree and 5th degree.
it would seem. Also, I'd like to mention to everyone that I haven't actually done this before, so this should be an interesting experience for all of us.
No one is more than 50... Not 50, fuck. No one is more than 5 degrees of separation away from the Master. The Master is Kevin Bacon. Which, fun fact, technically Technically speaking, I am 3 degrees of separation from Kevin Bacon.
Nice.
Because Kevin Bacon was on an episode of SNL back when Al Franken was on. Al Franken made a campaign video that featured Andrew, who did theater at Mounds View, and of course I did theater productions with Andrew at Mounds View. So, technically speaking, a 3D degrees of separation. And that means because of your involvement with dubbers, you are 4 degrees of separation.
Nice.
Mario, welcome to our dojo. For what purpose did you come here today?
Try.
Very well, Mario. I will fight you again. I will not go easy on you this time, however. You must concentrate fully. You must concentrate fully if you hope to compete.
Also, now I'm just realizing, like, now I'm just thinking of the ridiculous idea of a wall. Mario will fall. Now I'm just imagining the ridiculous idea of a movie where Kevin Bacon is training Jackie Chan. This is the master. He owns the dojo and he's the strongest member. Is this just gonna be okay, max HP 75, attack power 8, defense power 0, so slight difference in us. He knows both normal and advanced methods of attack. Better concentrate, Mario. This guy doesn't mess around at all. Also, does he have no feet right now?
I honestly can't tell.
Like, is he okay, wait. Does he have feet?
Yep.
I still can't tell. Are those feet or shadows?
Those were feet.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Well.
Oh, you know what? It's just reminded of them. I think it was the real or fake Pokemon challenge I did with my sister. Oh, nice move. One of the fake Pokemon I designed was Hitmonchannel, which it was a custom designed Hitmon evolution. But he wore a cowboy hat and it had a beard and no arms where arms should be, but an arm with a fist popping out of his beard. Of course, she obviously knew that was fake. Actually, that might have been the one I did with my girlfriend at the time. I forget. Because I didn't. Don't lose your concentration. You are here to truly begin fighting back. Even though you've literally been hitting me non-stop.
No, see, it says I have been.
Oh,
he has.
That makes more sense. Also, did you just call me she?
No.
Oh, I thought I heard she. Nice maneuver.
Damn it. Splash trade.
Your concentration. I still have yet to truly begin fighting back. I will fight back at some point.
I get? Not gonna get the third bounce of Gubario again. No. I'm being denied. Alright, second master fight done.
That was a solid fight. But I still have yet to truly fight back. Very well, I give you this.
For the black belt. Not black belt, the Greek belt.
I'll trade you with us anytime. I promise, next time I will fight back. Or at least begin to.
He
'Cause I
will
have
is
yet
the
to
concerning
begin
part.
fighting back.
Okay, we'll be going a bit over time for this, but we should be able to squeeze in the last fight, assuming it doesn't take
I was wondering about that.
an obscene amount of time. At the very least, we'll probably be able to squeeze in the first attempt of the last fight. Because something tells me I might need a second try at it.
Yes, don't underestimate me. I have not yet begun to fight back. But I swear to you, next time I will. Hi, Mario, welcome to Anotra. For what purpose did you come here today?
Try.
Oh, shit, really? Already? Okay. Very well, I will fight you once more. But only once more. This time I will hold nothing back at all. I will begin to fight back. Do you believe you're ready?
Well, only one way to find out how not ready I am.
To battle! Behold my fury, Mario.
He really has just gone Super Saiyan.
He's the fucking master. He owns the door. Blah blah blah. I've already read that part. Max HP 99. Oh shit. Attack power 10. Oh shit. Defense power 1. Oh shit. Oh. He may well know a few moves I've never heard of. We can't expect mercy from this guy. So let's take the fight to him. The way I read some of that stuff, I started to transition into Christopher Walken. Like, you know, I've never seen someone so powerful as this guy. Might be a good idea to use that time out.
Well, let's see if it even works, because it doesn't always work.
Speaking of time out, I've kept this watch up my ass for years.
Okay, cool. 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 I'm gonna... Well...
Yes, it is a very cool watch, and I promise you, I've had it up my ass for at least 2 years. Did I ever tell you my shitty Christopher Walken boot joke?
No, you did not.
Okay, so around winter time, when I was wearing my snow boots, I tell people this joke. It was like, you know, these boots I'm wearing actually used to belong to a celebrity, but they didn't quite fit him, and he returned them to the store, saying, "These boots are not made for walking." I'm glad you gave me at least the hint of a laugh there. You're the first one to even give a hint of a laugh at the joke.
Okay.
Nobody likes that joke.
Okay, good, it worked again. Okay. So, yeah, this seems to be the way to do it. Because he has yet to actually fight back.
Shady and Mr. Talent today just started up a new rival lock because Mr. Talent horribly lost the last rival lock, as I mentioned to you before, I believe. And they're doing the Dragon Ball Z Pokemon ROM hack. Where Pokemon are replaced by Dragon Ball Z characters.
So how many times has Krillin died in that?
None yet, but Mr. Talent does have it, brother. I didn't even think about that. Because it was funny, because, like, when he encountered the Krillin, like, both of them were like, "Oh my god, it's Krillin! Krillin's so awesome!" And I'm like, is he though? I mean, I like Krillin. And speaking as someone who has never watched Dragon Ball Z, I like his design. Probably mostly because he's like the only character without any hair, let alone spiky hair.
Fuck!
So,
Oh boy.
Just stands out compared to the other characters. But yeah. Oh, sorry. Now, it is time I stopped being so merciful. I can't do a good Vegeta. My Vegeta is starting to sound like Eggman for some reason.
Okay, well, he's finally begun to fight back. Let's try to time him out one more. Never mind.
Finally starts to fight back, and he's just like, "Take this, take this, take this."
Remember,
You have great hidden strength for one clothed like a plumber.
one thing
my
else.
God. They put hints of Mario not actually being a plumber in the games long before actually confirming he wasn't a plumber.
Anyway,
They clothed like a plumber.
One thing else regarding Krillin before continuing this. So the guys over at Death Battle have for a while toyed with the idea of, partly as a joke, partly seriously, doing Krillin versus One Punch Man.
Saitama would win the votes anyway.
No, like as a Death Battle, not just a DBX.
Yeah, but like, I feel like that people would enjoy seeing that as a DBX.
Probably. Just like the one thing keeping them from doing it is because they're not. Wait, sorry. They're not sure if Krillin should be analyzed as a gag character or as a character who's just way overpowered compared to everything else around him. Because depending on how you analyze One Punch Man, Krillin could actually beat him, theoretically, potentially. They'd have to run numbers on it, but like if you treat him as a gag character where his gag is always being able to just one-shot everything, then it's not really a good fight. But if you treat him as a normal fight, as like a normal combatant for Death Battle, there's actually an argument to be had there. But they're not sure which one they should be treating him as, which is why they've been willing to bring characters from One Punch Man that aren't him in, because they're treated as normal characters. and not.
Now, this is something I've always been curious about, and I don't know if you have an answer to this because I know you don't have much more knowledge of Dragon Ball Z than I do, but do you know if Krillin and Hercule Satan have ever fought each other?
I'm not sure if they specifically have fought each other.
I'll look it up.
Okay, anyways, real quick, your dialogue.
Oh, you won! Yay! Go do the thing. You did it, Goku.
With my full strength, I'll give you this with respect. You got the diploma. And now we just leave. And that was the optional boss fights in Paper Mario, everyone.
I cannot find anything to suggest that they have fought. The only video result that I can find is from one of the video games. And it's one of the fighting video games specifically, so yeah.
Yeah.
Also, the second video result is just Mr. Satan punches Goku. It looks like it's actually from Super.
Yeah, okay. Oh, that reminds me, I'm assuming you saw the latest Death Race?
Yes.
Yeah, so they announced that...
I liked it when Mario said bitch, and when he flipped off... Oh fuck, I forget who he flipped off.
Captain Falcon, you flipped off Captain Falcon.
Yeah. Yeah, that...
I also enjoyed the gag of the DeLorean winning the race by an hour.
Yeah, I knew, and I saw it coming, but I still really liked it. Still hilarious.
Yeah, so they finally announced who would be fighting Beerus when Death Battle comes back up.
Well, they announced that back.
Well, they announced that Beerus from Dragon Ball would be in the next Death Battle, like at the end of the first stretch of it for this season, but they hadn't announced who he was fighting until now.
Oh, I thought they had. I don't know. I don't know either of the characters anyway.
I believe it's Beerus from God of Destruction from Dragon Ball versus Galaxia, the Sailor of Destruction from Sailor Moon.
Oh wow, first Sailor Moon combatant.
What was that?
First Sailor Moon combatant.
Yeah, so that should be interesting. Anyway, I'm now talking about a different show, unrelated to the current show. Next time on Paper Mario, we'll be traveling over to Star Haven to finally beginning to fight Bowser. Until then, I'm Jacob.
Oh man, I just think if we edited these videos, I'd just put in next time on Death Battle.
Next time on Paper Mario.
Mario versus Bowser, the fight everyone wants to see. Peace.
Adios.